Hi guys, it's me, ColorMeCassie, and today we're going to be doing a Makeup 101 video on how to use color in your eyeshadow. So guys, today we're going to be learning how to use color in your eyeshadow, and before we get started, I just wanted to introduce myself to those of you who haven't met me yet. Hi, my name is Cassie, it's nice to meet you, and I would love for you to become friends with me on the internet, and how you can do that is by scrolling down and hitting that red subscribe button down below, and you can also hit that little notification belly thing so that you get notified every time I make a new video. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I have a 5,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. It ends August 5th, so we're super, that was a weird way to say that. So we're super close to the end of this thing, and I really want to make sure all of my subscribers get in on it. So if you want to enter that giveaway, I will have the giveaway video listed in the description box down below and also appear in a cardie card. And without further ado, let's jump right into this Makeup 101 on how to do your eyeshadow. So guys, before we jump into my kind of demo of how to do colored eyeshadow, I'm going to give you a little bit of overview of something that you really need to know about in order to use color in your eyeshadow, and that is the color wheel. So I don't know, you guys probably remember from elementary school, but there's this thing, it's called a color wheel. I'll insert a picture right here. But it has all these pretty colors, and it has all the rainbow in between. So first let's talk about primary colors. Primary colors are going to be red, blue, and yellow. And those are the main colors that you're going to use while mixing things to get any color in between. In makeup, a lot of times you have the colors in between ready to go. You have purples, you have pinks, you have greens, but in general, you make all the other colors out of red, green, and yellow. And then in between those colors on the color wheel, there's going to be green, purple, and orange. And so the green, purple, and orange are called secondary colors, and those are colors that come from mixing the two outside things. And then sometimes if you go even more in depth, you can go between the secondary and primary colors and say green and blue makes green blue, green and yellow makes green yellow, and it just kind of fades in between those colors to make kind of a beautiful little rainbowy thing. But that is something that you really need to know about in order to pick colors for eyeshadows, because there are several different ways that you can use that knowledge to pick colors for good looks. So the first kind of way you can do an eye look is you can do a monochromatic eye look. And so that's going to be an eye look with all blues or all purples or all greens or all yellows or all reds and so on and so forth. That basically just means that you're going to use the reds in combination with darkeners or lighteners. So white mixed with red is pink, or black mixed with red is a deeper, more dark red. And basically that whole look is going to be made up of different shades of red, if that makes sense. And another way that you can approach eye makeup is you can make an analogous eye look, and that's going to be an eye look that involves several colors kind of in the slice of a pie. So generally that would be like using blue and purple in a look, using red and orange in a look together, that sort of thing. So you're using colors that are near each other in the color wheel in order to create your look. And the third type of look that you can do is you can do a complementary look. And those are makeup looks constructed out of the colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. So how red is opposite green, purple is opposite yellow, blue is opposite orange. Those are all going to be color combinations that really vibrate in front of your eyes. And if you don't really know what that term means for colors to vibrate, it means when you put blue and orange right next to each other, your eye kind of sees them vibrate a little bit. That might not be perceivable to you, but it really creates a pop of color and can look very bold. Now, one more thing you should consider when you're making an eye look is your eye color. So I have blue eyes, so any sort of orange or red is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum and is really going to make my blue eyes pop and look more bold. If you have brown eyes, then something on the cool end of the spectrum, like a blue or green, is really going to make your brown eyes pop. If you have green eyes, then definitely red is going to make your green eyes pop. And in general, purple is a good all-around color because it kind of sits in between the cools and the warms, the blues and the reds, and it's going to look good on a variety of eye colors. So now that I'm done with a little bit of color theory with you guys, let's go ahead and apply it. So guys, for this walkthrough today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Vice palette. I'm not sure which Vice palette this is, but that's the one that looks like this. So if you have this, you can follow along. If not, you can follow these rules with any kind of colorful makeup palette that you want. So first of all, if we take a peek inside this palette, we can kind of tell there's a decent amount of color in this palette, and I'm going to show you today how I go through kind of choosing which colors to pick. So there are a couple different ways we can go with a palette like this if we're picking colors. The first way is we can go for a monochromatic look. The second kind of look we can go with is an analogous look. So that's going to be a look with similar colors. So in this case, it would be like matching the purples to the blue. And the third kind of way that you can create a makeup look is by using complementing colors on the color wheel. So today I think I'm going to do an almost complementing color scheme thing here. I'm going to do purple with the orange up here. So using purples with oranges, you're going to get a little bit of that vibration. So because I'm kind of sticking to the orange and purple look, I'm going to use this color Bitter as my transition shade, and that is just kind of an orange toned brown, so I think it'll fit the look really well. When you're going for a warmer look, then you want to go with warmer shades for your transition colors, like this warmer brown, instead of maybe like a deeper taupe that has more of an ashy tone. And now before we get into the main colors of this look, I'm just going to deepen up the crease a little bit more. I'm going to be going in with this dark brown color Delete right here. And now that I've got that done, I'm going to go in with this really deep kind of bluish purple right here. So I guess it is going to be pretty much a complementary look. So that blue color is just going to be on the outer 2/3 of the eye. And then I'm just going to take a tiny little blender brush and blend out the edges of that in the crease just to make sure we're all smooth at the edges. And then with a different flat shader brush right here, I'm going to go in and take this orange color Flame and apply that to the inner corner. And just to help blend really between the two, I'm going to take this brighter purple color right here called Harlot and apply that right in the transition between the orange and the blue. And then I'm going to take this color Framed right here, which is just a light highlight shade, and apply that right in the inner of my corner. And apply that right on the inner corner of my eye. And just for a little extra fun measure, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the color, what color are you? Lilac to Reality, and put that on my inner corner as well. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this orangey brown from earlier because I think it'll contrast really nice with the upper lid if I put that on the lower lid. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. So guys, that's it for my Makeup 101 video on how to choose colors for your eyeshadow. And I will really try to explain in future videos why I'm choosing specific colors and what is going through my brain when I'm doing that, so that you guys can kind of learn how to do that on your own and how to learn how to pick colors. That was a really confusing sentence, but I think you guys get what I mean. If you guys liked this video and it was helpful in any way, please make sure you give this video a big, huge thumbs up. And if you have not yet seen my lovely face before, then you should subscribe to my channel. And how you can do that is scroll down and hit that red subscribe button down below. And you can hit that little notification bell as well so that you get notified every time I make a new video. And guys, if you haven't yet entered my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, go ahead and do that. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. And don't forget to share this video on all your social media. That's pretty much it. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!